Alright, everyone, and welcome back to Daily Update, my 1000 Day Challenge. This is day 355, so let's get things started. Alright, so first and foremost, you'll notice the balance could remain the same, but actually there's been a very nice bounce in crypto market today. So actually trigger my trailing stop loss for my main trading account setup. So I've already closed the trade, but I haven't updated in terms of balance, which I'll do after this video itself. So I mentioned over here, I closed trade as the price bounce up above the 50 simple moving average. Do bear in mind that because I don't trade on Bitstamp, you will notice that Bitstamp actually didn't close above the 50 simple moving average, it was just slightly below. So it could be that I'll continue to trend further lower. But like I said, when it comes to a trailing stop loss criteria itself, I trade purely based on the exchange, which is trading on Binance itself. All right, so as long as it does above 10, I will close my trade accordingly. All right, so otherwise, looking in terms of the daily chart itself, what you do see over here is very simple. So, yep. So even though yesterday we did, the day before Monday, if I'm not wrong, so the 19th itself actually very sharp drop towards the 50 simple moving average. It is supported once, twice, and seems to be supported on the third time as well. So you see a very strong bullish momentum, a bullish engulfing candlestick itself. So there is very much potential that we could continue to trend further downwards, or even, in my opinion, some consolidation would again be good for a more sustainable upward kind of trend momentum. Yep. So I think I always bear in mind that even though there is bearish on the 3 to 4 candlestick itself, it doesn't make much sense to sell because by the time you're selling it, it could be a very strong bounce and you will not be able to buy back at the cheaper price or even buying back the same price with very much little gains. All right, of course, if you're trading it, then there's a very complete different story itself. So similarly, in the same case for Nasdaq itself, we have a very decent bounce. And if we do come across to here, the 14,000 region itself, we're very keen to add in terms of a longer term position or longer term investment per se. So for AHH itself, things don't look super bullish, but neither does it look super bearish as well. We're still hovering near the 200 simple moving average itself, and we're definitely above the 200 exponential moving average. So things still looks towards the upside of things. You can break nicely above this downslope trend line. So this downslope trend line, I will draw it somewhere like this. Yeah. Let's say it's a very nice downslope trend line, but it is some sort of a downslope trend line. If we can break above the 150 simple moving average on the daily chart, that'll be more decisive than just this trend line itself. So for now, I'll just remove this trend line because it's not very nice and cleanly drawn, I would say. All right. And for KWM itself, yeah, things is still hovering towards the downside. We're still trending towards the lower side of things. But do bear in mind that you can see the volume is definitely very keenly in terms of the green candlestick itself. Goes to show that the buying pressure is there, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it can translate to sustained momentum towards the upside. And the very key support will be at the $55 here, the green box that I've drawn over here. So with that said, let's move on to Bitcoin itself. So Bitcoin itself, we're still definitely trending bearish itself. We still have a couple more hours to go if we can have a continuation of a volume picking up itself. To end of the day, that will be much better if we can have a high volume spike, something like this. We could potentially, and the key thing is we must break above the 20 exponential moving average, something like this decisively, and stay above it. So until we stay above it, or at least one more day, the day after, not like this time we've been rejected the following day and rejected again the following day, then that will not be a healthy sign. So if we do can break above and stay above it, that'll be a very healthy sign, especially when we still have the 50 simple moving average to contest, which you can see over here will also be the daily horizontal resistance in this particular instance. All right, so with that said, on the forward chart, I also did mention that I close out my trade. There's some lagging in terms of that, but yeah. So we could definitely still receive some retracement and pullback. If we do come on this 30,800 region and bounce up from it, that'll be a very good sign. And we could of course also trend all the way towards the upside, which would be less healthy in my opinion. So I wouldn't mind having some people taking some profit itself, and then before the new buyers buy in over here to show sign of strength, and then we could continue to make towards high, which will give a much stronger momentum. So something like this, we'll see some sort of rejection, be it strong or weak, before we continue towards the upside of things. All right, so with that said, I've come to the end of today. If I have a new trade set up for Bitcoin itself, currently there isn't. I'm not looking for a particular short right now until we maybe make a higher high, say across here 33,000 with a rejection itself, then I'll consider a short on a 4-hour chart. And with that said, I've come to the end of today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.